Now, although the current strikes have roped in 4 government ministries, including ministries of finance, medical services, education, and higher education, political analysts now say that Prime Minister Raila Odinga should be very careful because he may be the biggest political casualty of the strikes by teachers, doctors, lecturers, and very soon workers under the Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU. Why? Now, take the doctors and nurses strike, for example. The responsible minister is Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, who is a member of the ODM under Raila Odinga. The longest strike so far in this series of strikes is that one by the registrar doctors, now joined by consultants and very soon nurses. Voters in next year's election may punish Prime Minister Raila Odinga for this. The other one is the lecturer strike, falling squarely in the docket of Professor Margaret Kamar, another member of the ODM party. Kamar too has failed to resolve the standoff with the University Academic Staff Union UASU, and the Prime Minister may look like his ministers are ineffective. Then there is the teachers' strike. Although the Minister for Education is Mutula Kilonzo, a member of the Wiper Democratic Movement, the teachers were actually set off by an award of pay increment announced by Public Service Minister Dalmas Otieno on the July the 16th. Now, he is an ODM minister. He announced on the 16th of July an increment to over 133,000 workers, civil servants, and the NYS officers. Dalmas told teachers to channel their grievances to the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, leaving the matter unresolved. The teachers issued a strike notice roughly 20 days later. Again, voters may punish Raila for this. Political opponents may also use this against him in the presidential campaigns for next year's election. As if that is not enough, trouble for one man, the Medical Services Minister, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, has announced again now that from just about 2 weeks from now, Kenyans will have to pay more for the National Hospital Insurance Fund rates, and some will have to pay up to 2,000 shillings per month. The Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, has threatened to organize a nationwide workers' strike if this is not addressed. The Federation of Kenya Employers, FKE, are also up in arms against this. Again, Raila may be taken to task because this is an ODM minister and Raila needs to look good. But even if these ministers had not been members of the ODM party, the Prime Minister is still the supervisor of government ministries, and his rivals could use the strikes fiasco to beat him to pulp during the presidential campaigns for next year's elections. Now, when the citizens of Kenya cry for a solution, they look up to the President and the Prime Minister to resolve the crisis. But the President, Mwai Kibaki, is not seeking re-election next year, so he has nothing to lose. Raila Odinga is the man with the noose around his neck, politically speaking. I'm not, back to you, Michael.